What's going on, Pisces? Welcome to your weekly forecast for the week of November 23rd through the 29th of 2020. Brian here as always, and I appreciate you so much for being here. Well, we got Neptune direct this week and a big build-up towards eclipses, but that's not until next week. So let's see what this build-up's all about. And of course, Neptune going direct is a big deal. It is an outer planet, of course, and it rules kind of the wholeness of everything and our deep interconnection that's connected to the outer world, the universe, the spirituality. It also is in charge of our illusions and our delusions. And it's important to ground that. And especially when Neptune comes direct, it's full force and it's going to start picking up. So in your first house here, don't be illusioned by your own desires of what you truly want and want to drive forward with. Like, trust your instincts, trust your connection, trust your spirituality, and don't leave that space. Don't be delusioned by getting too lost outside of yourself or even getting lost in yourself. Like, there is this necessity to be able to still push forward in this reality. And Neptune's going to square the nodes. South node in your 10th house, north node in your 4th house. And that's going to go on for a few months. But this is definitely your inner world is so important. And to trust that connection, to trust in that sensitivity and to go in that direction. But it's like your public image, what the outer world sees in you is still important too. And you want to be able to come back to yourself, that first house of self and identity, and being able to step into that natural instincts to find the projection that you want, to find security within yourself, and to not be illusioned by what maybe the world might want you to look like, but to look the way, it's not even to look, but to do in life what feels truly aligned within yourself. So keep in mind not to be illusioned about your own heart's desires, your own soul's desires right now. And then that sun is now in your 10th house, of course, of Sagittarius. So it in a sense, like, you are trying to illuminate yourself and get goals and achieve right now. And you know what? How people see you is important. Like, I'm not trying to take that away, but make sure it comes from a place of your inner world that's being projected out, and that you're in that truth and in that identity, and to shine in that space, and to make sure that you are, taking the necessary steps forward when it comes to your legacy and your career, or even just, what do you want to get to the top of? And this is definitely a time in Sag season to get to the top of that, even though we have eclipses coming in your 10th and your 4th house. Like, you can get to the top of any mountain, but it has to be aligned with you on a deep level, and the universe will open those doors and give you the drive to get there. And then that sun is going to quincunx Uranus in your 3rd house. So Uranus in your 3rd is getting a lot, it's getting hit a lot, especially with Venus making the opposition to Uranus this week. Like, Uranus is trying to shake up your environment to have you find that ultimate security and have you, be able to express yourself in your own unique way. And you have to bring that out to the public. You have to express your inner world in that sense, and you have to be strong in yourself. And then Venus in your 9th house is definitely trying to have a good time and see what the world has to offer and open up doors, whether it be with relationships or to yourself. And, you have to make sure that it fits your unique environment. Like, is there a twin-like energy? And Uranus could shake things up to help open up doors to find that twin-like energy in your life this week, even if it feels really weird and out of this world at first. And then Venus is going to start to finish up here in Scorpio in your 9th house, and it's going to sextile Jupiter, Pluto, and Saturn in your 11th house. And Jupiter and Saturn are on their way out. They're about to start ripping, moving really fast. So, you've had a lot to do with breaking out and doing things your own way here. And now it's time to really expand your mind and express how out there you want to get, and to not hold yourself back, and to not restrict yourself from all the expanse that you could have and that you could bring into your immediate reality. So there's definitely a lot of communication right now. I would say communication's everything for Pisces, and opening up doors in your life that feel good, that feel aligned with what you want on a very inner and very close connection to yourself when it comes to people and yourself. And Mars, of course, is going to start moving forward here, picking up the pace in your 2nd house at 16 degrees now. So it's definitely like drive forward with what brings you like a steady amount of confidence and self-love for yourself, and to have like to go after what you truly value, and to not waver, like stand strong in that. And then Chiron is going to, well, actually the sun, I should say, is going to trine over to Chiron this week, and that's definitely, a good time to really step into your values and love yourself, and to let that love for yourself and that inner projection of your security shine with the sun in the 10th, to be seen, and to not hold back from wounds or anything like that of the past. Like, be strong in who you are. Like, you've done a lot of work. Like, go after what you want, go after your desires, go after what you value, and open up doors and express, put the intent out there for what you really want to happen this week. It's a big week before we come into eclipses. So communication is so important, and really that like deep connection to yourself is very important as well. And to not get lost, like to always have that connection no matter what. The 10 of Wands reversed here. So like I said, like Pisces been doing a lot of work, a decent amount of work, like we all have, but having these nodes in the 4th and 10th house is kind of a hard place, and I feel like you have a big burden and you just need to drop the weight. Like this card, 10 of Wands reverse, is like, okay, drop the pile. Or it's like if you're carrying a bunch of groceries and you live on like the second story of an apartment or something, you have to go up a bunch of stairs and you want to carry every grocery in one trip. Like, just drop the load and make a couple more trips. Like, you don't have to kill yourself when it comes to like reaching your goals in life. Like, you can take time. And that's another thing about like Mars in your second house too. Like, slow and steady wins the race to get your values. So I would say that you don't have to rush. You don't have to do anything that doesn't feel aligned with yourself. And that could be part of the illusion, is like you think that like you have to go a certain amount of speed to fit up or to keep up with, the world. But like, you just have to go your own pace that makes you feel confident, makes you feel comfortable, and makes you feel that ultimate connection in your life. And I think that you have a big load that's being dropped off right now. And like, this is a good time, a good week to step into that, and to not get like to feel have like overbearing weight on you. Like, focus on yourself. Focus on what feels good inside of you, and that's going to open up doors outside of you. I love you very much. I'll catch you next week. Peace.